I remember when I was 16 years old, I was standing outside my house before my school bus was gonna come pick me up. I'm trying to light up a joint of marijuana, and my hands are just freezing because of how cold it is. My nose is all red, but I'm still very, very motivated to get high before class. Eventually, get the joint lit up. I smoke the whole thing. I see the yellow bus pull up. I get in. I walk up to the bus, and my driver just looks at me with a weird gaze. She probably knew I was high. Probably smelled it. Whatever. I ignored that. Made my way back into the back of the bus. Sat there. Put my headphones in. Then it dawned upon me that that exact day I had a very important math exam, trigonometry. I hadn't been studying just because of how mentally distraught, I would say, not even distraught, probably just like mentally lost I was for the last few weeks. It's puberty, is this and that. It's just a confusing time in my life. Eventually, I got the mark for that exam back, and my teacher that time told me to walk over to the desk, but hey, Satveer, come here. And I went over to him, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like I'm all right." And he shows me the mark for the exam. It's a big circle around the numbers 17. And I'm like, "What?" I knew I did bad on the exam, but not that bad. The moral of this is that when we're not mentally healthy, it impacts every single part of our life. Our relationships, if you're still in school, your education, it affects our finances, it affects our health. That's the most important thing. What I started doing, even in grade 10, after I that kind of threw me back. I was like, wow, I'm failing math class. Math was my one of my top subjects. I knew how to start doing something else to alleviate the stress that I was experiencing. Because when you're a teenager, you're struggling with a lot of things, fitting in, girls, this and that, and your parents not understanding you. But I started using like these other coping mechanisms, like food, you know. It was like the drugs and the alcohol, the entertainment, just trying to suppress these emotions away. But there was a healthier way to deal with this. And the healthier way to improve your mental health is not really publicized. Our parents don't sit us down and tell us to start meditating or use affirmations. They don't teach us stuff in schools. So it's like this is something you have to kind of discover on your own. But it's one of the most powerful and impactful things that I started doing. And I was able to eventually give up smoking weed and alcohol and numbing foods just because I started doing this simple habit every single morning. It's the 5 minute meditation. And now, if this is the first time you're coming across a video about mindfulness, then just download like Headspace or Calm, one of these apps to guide you through like a 5 minute meditation. And when you sit there and actually just be present with your mind, you're able to kind of discover what's stressing you out. Usually, when we reach for something, right, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be food, whether it be entertainment, even like picking up your phone and then going Instagram or something, you're literally just getting a hit of dopamine. And when you're able to sit down and kind of be present with your mind, you can analyze what's actually behind that trigger, right? It's about just breaking down what's stressing you out. When you're sitting in meditation, you're able to kind of navigate your mind, all the things that come up, and then you're able to break down the things that you need to take a break from or just stop doing. And these, I start off with like 5 to 10 minutes every single morning. Now I'm doing like half an hour to 45 minutes because mental health it sets up the scene for everything else in your life. If you're mentally healthy, you can literally do anything that you want to put your mind to. Nothing can hold you back. So what you want to do is you want to really start making 5 minutes in the morning, set it aside, and focus on meditation, focus on mindfulness, focus on breath work, visualizations. I put all of these under meditation because they're just different forms of getting to know your mind. And fast forward to now, I don't drink anymore. I haven't smoked weed for ages. And now looking back to like what I used to do in high school, it's just kind of silly to me that like I wish I just started doing this sooner, and I wish I knew about it sooner because no one really told me. No one sat me down, like Sati, like brother, you don't need to be smoking weed. You don't need to be doing these things to run away from your problems. There's other ways. There's healthier ways to deal with this stuff. Healthier ways and ways that like you can genuinely overcome these stresses and anxieties in your life. Because what does getting high and eating and suppressing your emotions with all this stuff do? It just pushes it under more, and you just have to deal with it like on a heavier level when it comes out. Because you're suppressing these demons. Why not just kill them off? And that's what mindfulness and meditation did for me. So if you're stuck in the same situation I was in high school, if you're feeling stressed out and you're using other avenues to overcome your stress, my friend, there's such a better way of an easier way of doing it, and that's through meditation and mindfulness. Hope that helps you. Much love.